Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I'm so very, very happy that you are here with all of us in this week's episode of Be One, Be You. We are diving into the theme Women Who Choose Men Who Are Broken and Why. What do I mean by that? And what do I mean by men who are broken? Men whose hearts were deeply wounded, probably through a dysfunctional parent or the marriage of the parents or a parent's lifestyle, such as alcoholism, or being ultra political in a way that creates anger and upset in the family, a religious dogma that doesn't allow for there to be heartfelt conversations and the freedom to expand outside of the box. A man who is broken oftentimes has the connection between his mind and his soul compromised. When I see the energy, soul, and spiritual body, I see a beautiful, fine network of energetic lines that are dynamic and vibrant. And what happens for all of us is that when we go through a wounding, those wires inside of ourself can get worn thin. And for those of you who've gone through real trauma, it feels like those wires inside, those golden threads, can get pulled so far that they feel like it's ripped. And yes, it's all healable and mendable. I'm not just saying that, but truly, working as a healer, as a mentor, as a seer, for a long time, over 45 years. What I know to be true is that it's mendable. And you having that skill inside of yourself is for real, where you are able to bridge the energies back together again in yourself. You have that power inside. You are a natural born healer. All of us have those abilities because we're all tapped into the source. It's just how much you're willing to go into that connection and feel the real power. That's the dynamic journey of getting to know your own inner battles, what you're fighting, what part is fighting you, so that you can really come through and experience wholeness. When you've been ultra abused, judged, humiliated, those fine wires inside, those cords of light, as I shared, can feel like they're weaker. But it's our mind that's interpreting the weakness into thoughts such as, I can't do this, I'm not really strong enough. So, all of you women out there who have chosen men at some point, or possibly now, you're in a relationship with a man who possibly when you met him, he seemed very together. And then over time, you realized that as you two got closer, the bond got closer, that the intimacy between you both opened him up to feelings that he couldn't handle and didn't know what to do with. And perhaps there have been some difficult times at times. Perhaps you had to end the relationship. Perhaps right now you're wondering how to deal with the man who is wounded because he had to be who his father needed him to be, and the societal, cultural expectations is what he filled but left himself. So, as a woman, you want to open up the inner transparency and see through into you. How was your masculine blocked? How were you judged? Were you judged? Were you a threat, meaning were you smarter than the masculine, the male elders, siblings in your family structure? Did you have a father who abandoned the family? What role did you have to take on? What role did you see your mother having to take on? So when you've chosen a man who's broken, know that he can mend, but it's going to take your compassion and your kindness and also giving information to help him see that he doesn't have to stay wounded. He doesn't have to stay feeling the way he feels. The wounded masculine might need to hide. He might need to cloister himself away in a particular room in the house if he's using that room to really get to know who he is. That is such a gift. If there's the escape that's happening, you're needing to bring that up into the relationship dynamics. So, as the woman who draws men who are broken, how did your father hurt you? Because you want to create a secure and consistent relationship with the you that was hurt. I went through a lot of situations when I was growing up of the masculine patriarchal father that I had back then before he made a big change and we could heal our relationship. But it was difficult when I was young. And I'm sure many of you can relate to the difficulties of needing to do things your own way, also trying to fulfill the expectations, but it not looking the way that it was supposed to look to satisfy your father. So the love that you have inside for yourself, the compassion, is the way that you want to hold open that wide space in you to receive your own broken masculine and have compassion. The broken masculine shows up such as not going totally for your dreams and your goals, having trouble accepting your brilliance, holding back, perhaps not wanting other people to really see that. Or perhaps with the broken, wounded masculine, you go into your masculine with what you think is great confidence, but you shut down your feminine. And you're not sure how to open up to that vibrant, feminine spiritual spark that lives inside of you, because that's how the feminine emerges. Holding great compassion for yourself, understanding that perhaps in your family lineage, being too much in your feminine and masculine might have set off, red alert buttons. You want to give yourself that time and space to let your true masculine to come forth, because he wants to support you and create the structures that are needed for your feminine to emerge through. So if you're doubting your own inner masculine, you will attract to you a masculine energy that mirrors your energy until you wake up to how strong your masculine really is to support the dynamic feminine energy that is inside of you. The healthy masculine supports another person, a collective way of thinking, a community, city, a nation, to expand and grow, to create greater wholeness and happiness, abundance, prosperity on all levels for all those involved. The masculine really cares about the weaving of the web, the weaving of consciousness, the weaving of invention, of innovation, in kindness, in health and stability. So, as a woman who might have drawn or could be still drawing to you the wounded male, do have compassion because the masculine psyche has been crushed over many centuries, and the separation of God and the masculine ray of God have been deeply severed. What do I mean by that? The masculine identifies itself in an unhealthy way with the ego self, the self that is strong enough, clear enough to handle what it may not believe it knows how to do, or it doesn't want to do things wrong or make a mistake because the consequences are too high. So there's the ego structured operating system, and then there's the true self operating system, which is your God pattern. It's when you are living in alignment with the unique energetic design that you are, the snowflake that you are, because each snowflake is different. So your inner feminine can prompt and inspire and encourage your inner masculine to emerge. Your inner feminine is found through sitting with the earth, walking with the earth, the core light within the earth. And the wounded, broken masculine is too much in the head. It will believe that whatever it's thinking is real instead of being able to go into the core source of the thoughts and understand that through the thoughts is the real dynamic, true identity, that our thoughts are not our identity. Your I am self, the essence, the central power of your soul, who you truly are, the aliveness that is within you, that is way more potent than a broken masculine or a broken feminine. One of the fastest ways to heal the broken masculine is through a whole feminine. So as a woman, you can reunite with the parts of your feminine self that you've left behind, that were not accepted in your family structure, perhaps religious structure. There is the divine feminine who has all the aspects of all the elements, the fire, the earth, the water, the air, the ether. You have that. Every Man has that. What I have found is that the sexual energies, our life force energies, are underlying the cracks in our inner masculine and inner feminine. By calling in the light from above your head down into your body, into your heart, you can ignite and activate that essence of who you are that knows what it's here for in this life, in this moment. You know what you are an igniter for, a carrier for, a creator for, an initiator for, because your inner fire, your inner light is what connects you into the greatest source, central source. And to go there, you want to drop your preconceptions of anything spiritual or religious, but know that the essence is in you. It actually just is. You are already connected. To have a whole mind, whole brain, your inner masculine has to be reconnected, mended, healed, really healed. And so as a woman, if you're with a man who has a broken heart, broken parts of himself in his psyche where he may not know who he really is, but pretending, put a lot of attention on what he is, what he does great, what you love about him, how much you prefer when he's really connected to his heart than when it's separate. And trust yourself in being able to reconnect your masculine wholeness, to receive the gift of your inner masculine and what he wants to give you, so that you can then support someone else to trust their inner masculine for real. I'd love to invite you to come to the website, if you haven't, at ayanalehi.com, and receive Living from Your Wild Heart for free. Just by signing up, it's a 52-week, 20-minute class delivered in your inbox every Saturday that has movement, meditation, and a teaching that is an inspiration for the week and works deeply with healing and mending everything that we are diving into in all of these podcasts, and with your divine masculine feminine, the essence of your wholeness and who you are. I want to thank you for being here and would love to hear from you. And you can contact me through my website. And if you have any questions, and come check out the mentoring, both the group mentoring, the one-on-one mentoring, the incredible library we have now of the video courses, and yes, live programs for you to support you in coming into the oneness with the source that you are, to find greater peace, joy, and happiness. Until next time, sending you all my love. This is Ayana Lehi.